So this is James Klug again. He does good man on the street interviews, and here he goes interviewing Tesla protesters, some of whom support the violence and the vandalism of Teslas. I'm going to react and maybe mock some of these people. So I hope that this is of interest to you. Please thumb up the video and share it if you enjoy the content. And here we go.
By protesting outside of Tesla showrooms and even vandalizing and firebombing people's Teslas and Cybertrucks. So what do people think about this? Today we're in Philadelphia and New York City to find out. Let's go talk to some people. We're talking about the Tesla boycott. People boycotting. People have been vandalizing Teslas. Right. There's been a lot going on. It's actually rampant right now, and I want your thoughts.
Let them run it to the ground.
You would think there are better ways to protest and to do things, but in this day and age, they're not. So do what you gotta do.
Boycott, man.
Boycott.
Boycott. Gas cars forever.
People got a right to boycott whatever they want to boycott. I don't support burning up the Teslas.
Boycott.
Okay. How far are we supporting? Are we supporting lighting those cars on fire?
No.
I'm all for burning the Teslas.
You're all for burning the Teslas?
I'm all for burning the Teslas. Burn them down, man.
I mean,
what a little biatch. I swear to God, these people have no logic. They just get off on saying the crazy shit.
Eggs were cheaper, maybe we wouldn't have to burn them. We could just
good
throw
excuse.
an egg at a Tesla.
Perhaps that's preferable, I would imagine, for many Tesla owners.
I do live in the city, so it is kind of nerve-wracking because I do park on the street. I personally haven't had anything happen to me, thank God.
But you are worried about it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I park my in a garage that's I pay and it's kind of gated, so I do have a bit more security than most people do. But there's no way I would feel comfortable parking my car on the side of a street.
I'm talking to people about the
That's
Tesla
sad.
boycott. Do you support it or are you against it?
I support whatever's better for the people. That's what I'm about.
I'm just a low IQ guy just on the street, and I'm just going to answer whatever I think is the right answer according to what society's told me to do.
I don't support destroying someone's property.
Thank
However, is there a way to make a statement? Would I be the one doing it? Probably not. But everyone has to voice their opinion somehow. Some people feel like that's the way to do it.
I mean, is that the proper way to voice your opinion, by burning somebody else's car? Please leave it in the comments if you think that's the case, so I can mock you too.
People can do what they want, but obviously the firebombing is terrorism. I don't know how anyone can dispute that.
This is insane what folks are doing. It's just insane.
No matter what, they could be saving the world. They could be a perfect economy. The Dow could be record high, and I feel like the left is still going to find a reason to complain about something or what they're doing.
That's
Going
for sure.
after a company based on its owner's views is a whole different thing, because Tesla, up until recently, everyone loved Tesla and thought it was a great thing for the environment, things like that. And I don't know where the political shift happened, but it was based on what Elon's own business and life decisions were, that all of a sudden a successful company like Tesla is now certain people and certain demographics are being targeted. And I personally don't understand it.
Nobody understands it. And the fact is that he had to have his face blacked out, with the pixels, and his voice changed just so he could express a point of view that counters the tolerant left. Oh, they're so tolerant.
You support it.
Support.
Why do you support it?
We don't like that man.
Mind if I ask you why you support
Why, stupid?
I don't with Elon Musk.
Why not?
He's a weirdo.
Oh yeah, because you've been told. You see, this is what I'm talking about. All these NPCs, they're told how to think, and they just repeat the talking points that they think everybody else has, so they fit in.
Against the boycott.
No reason to hate capitalism.
Elon is doing nothing but trying to help the nation. Cutting budgets, SpaceX, expounding past what NASA's been able to do. I see nothing wrong with what he's doing. They should lock him up, try him for treason. That's what it is.
What?
And deport him.
Why is it?
Oh my God, he wants to deport Elon Musk, the man who is contributing to American tax coffers. He paid $11 billion in taxes the other year. And you want to deport the man who employs 125,000 people through his ingenuity?
A good thing.
Because until Musk and all the millionaires pay their fair share of taxes, I don't think they should be prospering so much.
What do you think about the
prospering so much? Fair share. Biatch, how much taxes did you pay last year? Let's put that against anybody with millions of dollars and versus how much taxes they paid. You think that you paid your fair share? If you want to say fair share, we all share with the promises and the protections that the United States offers equally. And do you think that you paid your fair share versus them? This is the argument that I have with my friends all the time. They all bring up fair share. They don't even know what fair share means.
Firebombing and the vandalism of Teslas.
No. Okay, so no, because people can die, people can get hurt. No.
Oh, that's the only reason?
You have to have moderation, but don't buy the car. That's a good idea.
You can boycott it, fine.
So don't buy the car until what? Until he pays more in taxes? He did set the record, at least in modern American history, for the most taxes paid a couple of years ago. Billions of dollars. How much do you think he should pay?
That's true.
Ooh,
Yeah.
That's true? Question mark?
Yeah.
Yeah, 11 billion, like I said.
That's true. I'd have to check that out.
You see, these people know nothing. They just repeat what they're told to say. This is the mass media that is hypnotizing people.
People vandalizing Teslas, firebombing Teslas. What are your thoughts on that?
If that's the only way they can make their voices heard, then that's the only way they can make their voices heard.
Yeah, because they're stupid people, and that's the way that they make their violence heard. That's not a voice. That's called violence. Me socking you in the face in order to make my point taken is not the proper way to interact with you. But given the face that you're an ugly leftist there on the right, of course, like most of them are, I don't think that it would have too much of a negative effect. So maybe that would be a good way to make somebody's voice heard versus to contradict your stupidity.
Do you consider that
maybe not?
There's people calling that domestic terrorism, using violence for the pursuit of political
gain. Of course
gain.
it is.
That's not terrorism. That's just protesting. And
no,
at this point,
protesting is sitting there holding a sign and chanting obnoxious slogans. You can call that protesting, not damaging somebody else's property. This is what the left wants us to believe, that MAGA is the ultra violent piece of America that is the biggest threat to the nation, as Joe Biden told us. But the moment that the left engages in violence, then it's perfectly acceptable, just like the BLM summer riots.
people feel powerless, so they're just doing what they can.
So you see it as, okay, well, they're doing it for political reasons, therefore terrorism, essentially.
Yeah, I would say so.
Absolutely. That's what the
Thank you.
definition of terror is.
I think it's up to the people. The people have to revolt, get back. You know,
What?
look what happened in the French Revolution. Or look at that
all
when King of England, and he decided he'd be the imperial thing, and what they beheaded him. You know.
Do you support something like that for, let's say, Elon Musk?
Yeah, why not? Capital punishment. Why?
Any plans to sell your Tesla, or are you going to keep it? Do you enjoy it?
So I like the car. I don't like what it stands for. I did get it as like a gift from my parents, and it's completely bought out. So I would definitely consider selling the car. But
what does it stand for? What does it stand for?
Sell your Tesla, or are you going to keep it? Do you enjoy it?
So I like the car. I don't like what it stands for.
What does it stand for?
I did get it as like a gift from my parents, and it's completely bought out. So I would definitely consider
Bought out? You mean paid for?
selling the car, but it's hard because it's like they bought it for me, and before, like, the car's like 3 or 4 years old. So it's obviously definitely something that I'm considering because I don't like what the car stands for, and
What does it stand for? Please ask her.
I don't like everything that's going on. One, with the vandalism, but two,
What does it stand for in your view?
Thank you.
I don't think that a powerful CEO like that should have that much power in the government, and I don't like everything that he's doing. And
So that is what the car stands for, because you don't like the CEO interacting with the government, trying to save the American taxpayer from complete annihilation by crushing burdensome debt. This is your statement?
I am not in support of everything that he's doing in the government, everything that Tesla kind of stands for. So I do think that it's hard to like have the car in this climate, but I would definitely consider like selling it, especially because it is bought out and it is in good condition.
A lot of Democrats own Teslas. A lot of people can't afford to buy a new car right now. What are your thoughts on that? Because a lot of these Tesla drivers are Democrats. What would your message to them be? Get a new car? Or
Yeah, just sell it, get a new car, do whatever you can.
if people can't afford or can't handle the selling their car, getting a new one right now, what should they do?
Still make a statement. I will put tape over the logo.
Okay.
Make a statement any way you can.
All right.
My fiance has a Tesla, and I'm like embarrassed, and like it doesn't financially make sense to like get rid of it.
For sure.
But like,
there's a lot of people in that position.
Yeah. So it's like don't do that to the people who like already wanted to support clean energy and reuse it and like divesting from
Could that be what the car stands for? Clean energy?
fossil fuels, but support the other businesses that are having electric vehicles.
Would you consider yourself an environmentalist or no?
Yeah, and I'm more middle of the road anyway. I mean, as far as the parties go, I consider myself an independent. Just a free will thinker in either one, because
Oh yeah, you're a real thinker.
Really haven't really done.
You don't really have like extreme political views then.
No, but I'm like I was saying to you, we voted these people in to do the job for us to help us.
Does it further
And that's what
the
Elon Musk is
environmental
doing.
agenda in your view?
I think it brings more attention to it at the very least. Does it actively further it? Who's to say?
How far are we in support of the Tesla boycott? I mean, there's people lighting fires to Teslas, vandalizing. Are we in support of that or no? What are your thoughts?
Scale of 1 to 10, 10 being most supportive, I would say 8 to 9.
You mentioned that you are an environmentalist. How do you think shutting down Tesla, making them go bankrupt, how does that further the environmental cause, would you say?
Well, look at
I'm
all
just
the
a stupid
recalls
person.
already. They're saying that even that one that Donald Trump tried to sell on the White House lawn had like 34 recalls against it.
Well, I just
So,
mean
the cars
like trying
cars
to
are unsafe. That would be, like I said, for the environment.
safety
Yeah, I
pick.
mean, blowing up all that whatever, the lithium batteries and stuff. They always, and that's not good anyway. I mean, us ordinary citizens can't dispose lithium batteries just anywhere. So what's the difference with a car and stuff?
Would
So-
you be against
Maybe
then
you shouldn't burn it.
firebombing them because it's
Yep,
bad for
there
the
you go.
environment? Firebombing a Cybertruck, let's say.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's going to.
Well, there are exceptions to the rule. I mean, sure, you can't dispose of it as a citizen, but, firebombing it, if it's in the right circumstances and you have the right political cause, I guess I'm okay with it.
About toxic fumes and stuff.
Probably
but-
so.
I do care about the environment. Actually, in my neighborhood, they call them the recycle czar.
Yeah? Are you going to keep it? Are you trying to get rid of it? Where are you standing? Because you're a Democrat that owns a Tesla right now. Knowing that this is going on,
Democrat.
what are your thoughts?
Sorry.
That's a great question. Given the climate of everything, I personally, if I could sell it, I would. Just to get away from everything, I would probably
'Cause I'm
buy
a
a different
scared ninny.
EV.
And this is why it's domestic terrorism, because you are causing people to change their behavior based on violence or the threat of violence, generally aimed at political causes, which this is. That is the definition of domestic terrorism.
The name not being so heavily
Associated with Elon Musk.
Yes, exactly.
Do you think that bankrupting Tesla, boycotting, how in your view does that further the environmental cause? As a Tesla owner.
All right, so let's say like, does he lose ownership of it and someone else have ownership of it? Because I don't know why they think he's so damn intelligent, because he bought Tesla. He don't have nothing to do with the technology of Tesla. He's not this intelligent guy that came up with this concept. Someone else did. So he bought into
Someone
it.
else did. It wasn't Elon Musk. Elon Musk never did anything in his life. Sure, he managed to land rockets back on Earth after they go up into the stratosphere, which nobody else has been able to figure out. But Elon Musk, he's just a Nepo baby.
From money that he got from his father.
Oh,
So
there we
look at
go.
the history of that.
Bing.
So he's not this smart, this intelligent guy. He's just
a-hole.
stupid. He's just like Trump.
Let's just face facts. He's just evil, and he's a Nepo baby, and he's exerting his fortune that he received from his father. His father was worth like $1 trillion, and he gave him half of it.
SpaceX, Neuralink,
Tell me what the heck-
PayPal
So he
is
bought all of that. Come on.
He bought all
it's
of
all
that.
about the money that
He bought all of that. I'm rich enough that I can afford a Tesla, but he bought all of that. It's not Elon Musk. We don't give him no credit.
Where he acquired those companies.
If Elon were to leave Tesla, and I think the car brand itself and what they're doing is incredible, because a lot of EVs don't really live up to what Teslas have. And so, get rid of the craziness at the top, and then I think
What
overall,
craziness?
Tesla itself is a great brand. Elon needs to go. But I would
Elon
sell
needs
my
to go.
car to stick it to him 100%.
Why? Why? Because he's trying to clean up the government, and they've told you that he's doing bad by trying to protect Social Security. But no, in your mind, they're trying to get rid of Social Security, which is just a dole out. But okay, people paid into it. They absolutely deserve to get their money. I understand that. But he's trying to protect it by getting rid of the grift and the graft and the fraud and the waste and the abuse. But y'all have been told, because y'all are dumb and don't have enough time to study the politics of it and why people are trying to convince you that he's evil, and you just are repeating the talking lines. These people are all NPCs. Sorry that I'm so impassioned about this.
Do you see any comparison here between this boycott of Tesla and perhaps the boycott of Bud Light? Is there a comparison there, or no?
No, and I'll tell you why. Because with Tesla,
like
this whole
guy's
thing has gotten violent. It has gotten where people's property's being damaged, where people are in danger. Whereas the whole Bud Light thing was just a thought process. It's like, I don't want to drink Bud Light. With this is violent crime. That's all it is violent crime.
I mean, I think it's different for you to go like vandalizing people's cars is obviously kind of a little bit crazy. But I mean, to each
She's only saying that because she owns a Tesla. So she's taking it personally. Otherwise,
their own. With everything happening, everyone boycotts brands that supports something
Happens
or
all the time.
another. Yeah, so obviously, like,
Maybe
I
not the
understand.
firebombing. What is the anger around Elon Musk? We just had somebody saying he's trying to get the country on the right track when it comes to ridding waste, fraud, and abuse in government spending. What are your thoughts on that position?
Lies.
Why are
He
those
doesn't care
lies?
about the people. He only cares about himself. He's a
Oh,
very
yeah.
wicked person. And it
Wicked.
just should not be supported. If y'all are humans, you care about other people, you shouldn't be doing. Can't put money in people's pockets like that.
What is he doing that's wrong, though, in your view? Like, specifically, I guess.
He hates black people.
oh,
He hates
really?
black people?
Uh-huh.
That's not good.
I don't think so.
So racist. Why do you say he hates black people?
Oh, we should just look at the. I mean, I'm not going to sit
I mean, I don't have anything at the top of my head, and I got no evidence, but I'm just going to repeat my NPC talking point. Yeah. I'm another black woman who votes nothing but Democrat, who never thinks for herself. Yeah.
and give a whole list, but he definitely does not like black people. And that's good enough for me.
I feel like he's trying to find a way to grasp for power, and I think he's doing it in the wrong way. He has the most money that an individual person can have in the entire world. Why not use that in a way that benefits people?
He does.
Why are you trying to impact the average American?
Do you think Tesla benefits
Impact
people?
positively.
No, I mean, it's a
The
personal
largest
choice.
EV company in the United States?
If they shared proprietary information and the whole point was to build a better EV network, then absolutely. But the infrastructure for the EVs in the U.S. is not great.
What do you see?
Just for the record, the Biden administration spent $40 billion or something like that. I could be off with the number, but I'm directionally correct, on EV charging stations and built like 8. It was like, no, maybe it was 8 billion, but it was like multiple billions of dollars per EV station built because they can't construct anything. Meanwhile, Elon Musk has constructed a nationwide network, and I've driven across the country 2 times in a Tesla from Toronto to Las Vegas and back.
The reason being for these attacks on Teslas.
People are dissatisfied that someone who, while they are a naturalized U.S. citizen, has a foreign influence in their government. And honestly, back home in my government, if something like that were to happen, I'd be pretty pissed off about it too.
I support cutting government funding.
Thank you.
But I support it being done correctly and properly and wisely.
You know, I know people who every week had to hand in 5 things they did last week.
Oh my God! My boss messaged me and asked me, what did you do last week? Please list 5 things. Oh, the horror.
Stupid email that he sent.
Oh,
Is that too much, do you think?
Yeah,
When
good
it
question.
comes to that email, is that just crossing the line?
Well, it's just stupidity.
I don't think he
It is on your
deserves
part.
to have a seat at the table. I don't think he belongs in government. And I think he's just a rabble-rouser troublemaker. And
Wow.
I think he's more trouble than he's worth.
Do you like what Elon Musk is doing when it comes to, I guess, Doge, everything that he's got going on?
Absolutely. I'll tell you
Common
why.
sense.
Because I used to work for the fraud unit for the Inspector General back in the day, and that's all I did was investigate fraud, and it was bad then. I can't even imagine what it's like now, hearing some of the things that they've discovered.
And even under Joe Biden's administration, they were saying that there's, on average, per year, $200 to over $500 billion of fraud per year. It's probably much worse than that, but when it comes to Doge, they're looking for rooting out waste, fraud, and abuse. Why so much pushback on that, do you think?
I'm going to tell you exactly why I think it. I think it's the same thing I thought back in the day when I worked for the IG. You have a lot of money that is getting funneled all over this country to different entities, different organizations, and it's a money train is what it is. And I have no problem with grants. My wife's in education, been an educator for 32 years, as long as we've been married. You know, I've been in law enforcement. My son is in law enforcement. The support has to be there for all of those things. But we can't just be stupid with spending money. We just can't be.
I want to know where my tax dollars are going. And it looks like from what I see, he's trying to account for every dollar being spent.
Can I just add that this man was not elected by us, and he should not be doing.
So are most of the presidential advisors not elected. But you're just repeating the talking points that the media gave you, who are trying to protect the money train, the gravy train, as the last gentleman stated.
Anything that affects government jobs and people's money and Social Security and blah, 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 because we didn't vote for him.
So are you against, you know, the federal government having any people that are, you know, not elected, but working within the administration as advisors? Are you for getting rid of advisors?
No, I don't think I said that. But he's standing in the Oval Office. He's standing next to the president and making pronouncements.
Because he's a presidential advisor, he just happens to be at a very high level.
He's at cabinet meetings. Who the hell is this guy?
It's
so
Elon Musk.
Buy, in other words, if
thing.
you have billions, you can buy yourself a seat on the board and you can be there.
Do you support, I mean, we're getting to like the sole reason of the boycott here, basically, but do you support downsizing for the federal government? Last year, $1.8 trillion deficit, we're $37 trillion in debt.
I said that I don't think there are too many people that wouldn't say government is too big and has a lot of places where it could be cut. That's not the issue. It's throwing people off their paychecks, and they've got families at home, and they've got to pay the mortgage, and they're just cut.
Doesn't that happen in the private sector, though?
Does it happen in such numbers as this? Well, maybe.
Why do you like what Elon Musk is doing?
I feel like the push against the woke mind virus, a lot of people.
Thank you.
I think it's gone too far. If you look at his political views, he's actually pretty far to the left, like 10 years ago. He hasn't left the Democratic Party, they've left him.
I think they're uneducated, because if you knew about Tesla, you would know that the cameras are constantly recording. So all these people that are walking past Teslas and keying them or putting feces on the handles, totally against it.
What would you tell people that are in support of vandalizing Teslas, firebombing Cybertrucks, protesting, stuff like that?
It's not going to stop the movement. It's still going to happen.
It's still going to happen. We're still going to be keying your cars. You just watch out. Just because you have your fancy cameras taping us, we're still going to be damaging your cars because you are richer than us, and we're just envious. And Black Lives Matter.
Lock them up. Teach them a lesson. Until we start locking people up for these kinds of things, it's just going to keep on happening.
Exactly. I think people just want a purpose in life, and I don't blame them, honestly, completely, but no reason to act retarded, if you know what I mean.
Well, there you all have it. You see the non-player characters that are repeating the views that the media has put into their minds, hammered in there by repetition. Elon Musk is not elected. Elon Musk is a foreigner. Elon Musk is evil. Elon Musk is hurting people. He's trying to protect people. He's trying to cut the waste and fraud in order that Social Security might remain. Otherwise, we are going to be crushed by absolutely burdensome debt. And he does nothing but good, but people have been taught to hate him and to be envious of him and to ignore the money train that is going around and dispersing its spoils to various NGOs at various stops. That's the reality here. So you can see that these people are not the sharpest bulbs. I hope that I mocked them decently And I do mean some disrespect, because disrespect is deserved based on the fact that you are proffering an opinion on a subject that you know nothing about, but you think you do, and you're merely, just as I stated before, repeating the talking points that the media gave you because you're an NPC. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. God bless everybody out there, and please, please, please send this to any lefty friend to counteract their thought process in terms of damaging Teslas.